Hi, friends. I'm Mona Baruti. I'm the president of the Hive, a Butte Fire Recovery Center, in case you didn't already know. Anyway, I am going to talk to you today about housing and volunteering and donations. And first, I'm going to talk about housing. There is a program called Section 8 Housing, which is now called a Housing Voucher Program. Section 8 Housing uses federal funds to subsidize people with their rent with an income or not, but when they are paying more than 30% of their income. That list in our rural areas, especially Calaveras and Tuolumne County that I know of, it stays closed for years and years and years and years, like 7 years or more. So this program has opened its list again in Calaveras and Tuolumne and a lot of other of the Stanislaus housing programs. And you can now apply, and I don't know when it's going to close, but it opened on September 20th, so get your application in now. You can apply to be on the wait list for the Housing Voucher Program. And to do that, you can go online to StanCoHA. That's StanCoH as in Harry A.org. That is Stanislaus County Housing Authority. And apply to be put on their wait list. And you can do that online, or you can also give them a call if that doesn't work for you. And that's area code 209-557-2000. And I have hopefully been able to post up there the information. So there, in the application is a very, very simple application. It is only an application to be waitlisted. There's no guarantee that you will be waitlisted, but you have a chance if you make the deadline, and I have not found a deadline. And you might have a better chance if your needs are special. For example, you might be a veteran, you might be the surviving spouse of a veteran, you might be active military, you might be disabled, you might be over 62 years old. If you pay over 30% of your income towards rent, it is worth looking into and talking to them about. Also, if you have children and you want to claim custody of your children, but you share that responsibility, if you have your children over 51% of the time, then you can claim your children as part of your household. If you don't, that doesn't mean that you don't qualify for Section 8. That just means you don't qualify to have them named as part of your household. They have an income basis determined, which is dependent on the number of people in your family. So anyway, you should check out the housing list because it's open again. So, Section 8 Housing Voucher Program, Stanislaus County Housing Authority. I also wanted to talk to you about volunteering. I'm getting a lot of phone calls and messages and emails from survivors of the Butte Fire, and it is no surprise to me because they have been, from day one, the most generous of heart, time, and hand. And they would like to help other families who are going through the devastating fires all over California right now, not just Sonoma County, but also in Mendocino County, in Lake County, in Nevada. There are devastating wildfires that are hundreds of thousands of acres, thousands of homes lost, as many people evacuated. And so they want to help. And I have gone to the Hive Facebook page and created 4 posts with hashtags that are specific with information I've gathered from a lot of other Facebook groups. And that's one of the hashtag groups. The other hashtags are hashtag donate and hashtag volunteer. And I wanted to find a central place because it's difficult to know when you have to surf through whole web pages. There's an extra one there. It's hashtag groups because it specifically designates only posts that have to do with what is needed and where it is needed. When you want to donate something, you need to find out what people need immediately, and there will be long-term needs. So if you don't have what they need immediately, that's okay. Your help will be needed in the long term as well. For the immediate needs, every evacuation shelter has a different set of needs. They have a different population, and they know what they need. And that is where the immediate needs are. They are at the evacuation shelters. They are also at the places where people take their animals. There are very few evacuation shelters that will also accommodate families with animals. So they'll take the family and then someone else will take the animals. And that is even more stressful because our pets are our family. But those shelters, like fairgrounds and private people, have a burden of keeping them healthy, keeping them safe, keeping them calm because they are too displaced, and keeping them fed. So I created #volunteer, #donate, and #groups so you can get that information. One of the links that I did that's probably the most important link is the where. So I found an excellent map that was a combination of CAL FIRE information and an emergency preparedness or an emergency notification forum called NCWeb. So they have mapped the information on all of the California fires, and it is an interactive map. You click on the evacuation shelters, they show those that are open, they show those that are closed. When you click on a shelter, it will give you all of the information that you need to find out who to contact. Also think about places that aren't on that map. Think about organizations such as the Red Cross and the Salvation Army. Evacuation shelters, I've already mentioned. How about libraries and schools and churches and the SPCA and animal shelters and the Humane Society, local nonprofits, groups that are doing fundraisers, food pantries, the fairgrounds. Those are wonderful places to start. They're easy to find. You just Google. If you know where you want to go. You can also Google food pantries, Sonoma County. Food pantries, Mendocino. Fairgrounds, Mendocino Fairgrounds. That's really easy to do. And start there. It takes some work, it takes some hunting, it takes some digging. But I hope that our Facebook page is going to help you because I have coalesced the information that I've gathered so far and will continue to do that in single posts. So as the list gets longer, you will see at the top of the Facebook post, see more. And click on see more and you will continue to see the full list. What I want you to know is that the easiest way to find that information is by hashtag searching. So go to the Hive, a Butte Fire Recovery Center on Facebook, and search #donation, #volunteer, #groups, #shelter map. And that's all one word. And you'll be able to get information. I want to talk to you about donations. There's donations of things, and again, it is specific to shelters that know what their population needs are. There are donations of money. You will see that there are a lot of GoFundMe accounts set up and people who are asking for money directly, and they sound wonderful and they sound legitimate. You can go by your heart and be happy, or you can be doubtful and cautious, and all of that is okay. It's okay to have all of those feelings. You will encounter people who are being less than honest. I think that coming from the outside, trying to do the right thing, is a hard thing to do when it comes to people asking for money. We know when we walk, we're in an unfamiliar town and there's people with signs asking for money because they are homeless or whatever their circumstances may be. And my heart says that they're legitimate most of the time. But when you have such huge tragedy and need right now, you want it to go to the people who really do need it. So the best way to do that, in my opinion, is to go to local community foundations. The Calaveras Community Foundation was wonderful to the Hive. They donated money for us to buy chainsaws and weed eaters that we are still putting to work and helping people create defensible space. Well, that was a long-term need, but they have helped from the beginning with short-term needs. Your money will go directly to the needs of those people who have been evacuated and are survivors. Also, the biggest, hugest proof in the pudding of that is the Mountain Ranch Fire Relief Fund. I was honored to be representing the Hive on that fund, and people made cash donations to the Mountain Ranch Youth Alliance and Resource Center and to the Town Hall. And those two organizations pooled over $100,000, and they created the committee, and I served on the committee, and as a committee, we funneled those funds directly to those in need for exactly what they needed. And we were familiar with what they needed because we were part of this community. And so when you're not part of the community, it's hard to know who to trust, and it's hard to know where to put your money, and it's hard to know where you put your resources. So I suggest if you're going to donate money, go to your local nonprofit organizations in that area. There is a link under donate that also gives a News 7 article, and it has a long list of local community foundations and nonprofits that are assisting in the recovery efforts of many of these fires. So let's see. Gosh, I think I covered it all. How did that happen? Okay, so if you're watching this, we appreciate you. Whether you are a survivor or whether you're a philanthropist or someone who's just interested in the long-term recovery from wildfire, whether it's in Calaveras County, Lake County, Mendocino County, Sonoma County, Nevada County, we appreciate you. If you're interested in volunteering, the Hive needs volunteers, and we have our own volunteer corps. And we'd love to hear from you if you would be interested in helping us locally. There are needs that you can do remotely from your home, and there are needs that you can come and see us and work with other people directly. If you'd like to do that, give us a call, 209-600-1565, or email buttefirerecovery@gmail.com. Thanks, I hope this has been helpful. Don't forget your hashtags, and go to the Hive, a Butte Fire Recovery on Facebook. Thanks. Bye.